man, here we go, man. Today in the building, we have Sean Solo Fontino in the building. GTA 5 voice actor.
Yes,
How you doing?
sir. What's good? What's good, big dog?
Man, I feel good. Man, this is one of the most requested interviews of all time, with my brand. And it feels like me and you've been talking for months trying to get this done. And we
Yeah.
finally here.
Yeah, we here, dog. Shit. So, I kept my word. You kept your word. So that's what we do.
For sure, man. I appreciate it. Now, man, you are a part of the second most sold game of all time. 160 million copies sold, $10 billion in revenue made, man. Before we get to the game, I want to get a rundown on, you grew up in Watts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Take us through that growing up, as a kid, as a teen, and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, it's a good thing you asked that, man. I grew up in Watts in the projects. And to me, my childhood was cool until I was about like 8 or 9. And then I started being abused, like getting my ass whooped all the time, getting physically hurt from my stepfather, you know what I'm saying, which was my mom's husband. And he was whooping my ass a little too much. You feel what I'm getting at? So it forced me to run away and go live with my grandmother. And a lot of people know about that. When you go with your grandmother, it's like, she still lived in Watts too. So he ended up passing from an overdose and shit. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, I kind of went back and tried to live with my mother again, but it didn't work. So I ended up living with my grandmother because my mother, she had me when she was 15. So it was like it was a brother-sister kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in the city of Watts, man, and, I joined the gangs. Of course, damn near all of us do that because that's all we got. You feel what I'm saying? When you in the hood, the gangs are pretty much, they call them gangs, but it's family members. It's homies. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is with us. But the outside world and the people that don't understand that shit, they make it more than what it was. Now it's crazy. Now it's a difference from when I was gang banging. You know what I mean?
Right.
We did a lot of this shit. We did very little of this, but we did it. So
exactly.
I grew up. I went to school. Man, I dropped out in the 10th grade. I only got like a 9th grade, 10th grade education. Been through pure hell. I've been through a lot, man. Coming up, man. I mean, people wouldn't even. Matter of fact, even speaking on that, let me show you something real quick. The reason I don't want to say too much, but I only say it for you. But I got to get you a copy too, bro.
Right.
The book, man, is finna hit, man. Everything is in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get you a copy of it, bro. It's the real deal, man. It's ready to rock and roll. So the whole story is up in here, man, with my gang banging. My drug dealing, I tapped into that at a very, very young age, bro. The book tell a little bit about it. I could talk about the drug dealing because it was so long ago. It was 30 years ago. You feel me?
Right.
And, I was 13, 14, 15 with my hands in there really kind of tough. I was one of the youngest dudes in the city of Los Angeles, man, that was really touching on it in a major way, dog. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about by the time I was 18, bro, I bought my mama her first house, put it like that. You feel me? So
amazing.
I was in the streets and I had no other way. I wanted to work, but my influences growing up was my uncles, my grandfather, my homies, and all of them were fucking thugs. You feel me? Because I never knew my real father. My real father was a penitentiary dude that been in the pen all his life. And he was part of the BGF. He was a top hitter in the BGF. So, a lot of people say that's where I get my temperament from, because my dad was crazy as hell. I never met him. But that's my growing up, bro.
Now, speaking of that, and I know you're coming out with a book. I don't want to, spoil anything. You witnessed your dad at 12.
Yeah.
Passing away?
I witnessed him at the age of 9, 10.
At 9?
9 to 10, passing away of an overdose of heroin, man. And, now the older I get, I see why he was kind of physical with me because I found out a lot of things that when you get older, you can rewind back on things because I was always wondering through my life why he always whooped on my ass. I had a younger brother and I had a sister, which was his daughter from my mother. I wasn't his kid, nor was my brother. My mom had three kids by three different guys. So she was running the street. She was young. And the older I get and knowing about heroin use and the temperament you have from it, and also I found out that my father and him used to have issues back in the day. So he was taking it out on me. He didn't,
Wow.
I don't know if he didn't like me, but he treated me like a son sometime. You're going to read it in the book, man, that he wasn't a super monster, but he was a monster enough to where he was beating the shit out of me, and it wasn't cool with me. Like you can see right here. I'm gonna show you right here, man. In my comic book, it got him on the floor overdosing, got me. So I'm gonna get you all of this, man. I got everything coming, and Rockstar is helping me push all this, so you know where that's gonna go. They gonna help me with making this a big issue, man. So I definitely got to get you everything. But yeah, man, I was 8, 9-year-old, and he was abusing me, whooping my ass and shit. So
yeah. Now, didn't you witness your actual father? It was like you were outside and an accident happened or something like that, or
he was my actual father. It was a church's chicken around the corner that I used to be cleaning the parking lot when I was young. I was probably about 12, 13 at the time. And I witnessed a high-speed chase. And he ended up getting killed. He died. But I didn't know that was my pops, until my mom said we got to go to because, back then when shit happened, you try to get closest to the scene as you can because it was actually like walking distance from where I was in the parking lot. And I walked down there and I saw this dude laying out with blood coming out his head, out his nose, his mouth. And, I'm a kid, and I can't say this to you, bro. From all the ass whoopings that my stepfather was putting on me, abusing me the way he was, he taught me where he embedded in me no conscience. Like I had no feeling. And that's why the first chapter in my book is called Numb. Because I was numb to everything after that, bro. So it kind of fucked my life up to where I didn't give a fuck about shooting a motherfucker. I didn't give a fuck a motherfucker pull a pistol out on me. You just gonna have to do what you gotta do. I'm not finna act all spooked out because I got numb to that shit because he whooped that into me. So when I saw my real dad laying out there, I didn't know who this dude was. You feel what I'm saying? So it was crazy that my mom came like a day or two after and said, we gotta go somewhere. She took me to the hospital. And it was this same man laying in the hospital bed. He was real buff and real big and bald-headed, and he was laying in there on one of them machines. All I kept saying was his chest get big, go down. And she was like, this is your real father. And I was like, what the fuck? I just seen this dude,
Crazy.
And I was still numb, though. Remember that. I didn't drop a tear. Everybody was crying. I didn't know him. So it was like, fuck, I'm going to cry for. I don't know this dude. You know what I mean? But I would have loved to have knew my pops like that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I didn't never have in my life.
Straight up. Now, you were making money at a young age. I mean, you told stories of you going to school with $40,000, $50,000 in your pocket. That's accurate?
Sometimes that might be exaggerated. You know how we have fun with this shit, but some racks in my pocket, 4,000, 5,000, a couple thousand sometimes. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes you just want to show off. Back when we went to school, it was a different feel when I went to high school and junior high school, man. The money really wasn't nothing because everybody could make the money, bro. I'm talking about back in them days in the crack era when it really, really hit hard. Freeway Rick running around, and he was like one of my idols. And, I knew him and money was easy to get, man. You can go count somebody money and make you $15,000 in one day. You count $2-3 million to the green was leaking off on your hands, bro. See, money was different back then. You used to count money and the green be coming off on your hand. So we as kids, man, that's how we started out. We was counting these OGs money and they was giving us a couple of thousand, here. And then you losing count when you get to 1.6 million and you losing count. Like, what the fuck? You got to start all over again.
Start all the way over.
5s and 10s and 1s and shit.
So you drop out of school early and at this time you're making money. And you bought your mom a house at 17, 18?
It was around 18, yeah, somewhere close to there, 18, 19, I moved my mom, we rekindled our relationship when I got about 15, 16. And sad to say, I I brought pure hell to her, man. You know, I brought trouble because motherfuckers was kicking in doors trying to come get me and, you know, shootouts and shit at the house. The gang member, you know, I was from a gang, I was from a Crip set. And they was coming through there, man, and they was shooting the house up, shooting at me, all kind of shit, man. And I wanted to get her up out of there, you know what I'm saying? So the best thing was I moved her out and I moved her into a nice apartment at first in a better area, the west side of the area. I'm from the east side. And we stayed there for a few years. And the trouble found me there, you know? And after that, I just said, it's time, you know, go find you a house. And she went and found her a house. I was actually, when she found a house, I was actually in London. I was in London because I was part of a rap group back then that was real big. You know, y'all probably don't know. In LA, it was Cam, Solo, the Lynch Mob, Ice Cube. Them was all my folks and shit. So I was in London when she actually got the house. So, you know, she knew where to go get the bread at to take care of everything. So
at 17, 18, you're a full-time hustler then.
I'm still dibbling and dabbling and still trying to get into the music at the same time. You know, that's I say this a lot. Back when I was 18, 19, every drug dealer or criminal ambition was to get into the music business. You know, we all wanted to be a rapper or be something because we had the money. So we just like, shit, what else? You know, you get bored with making money and shit. So it's like, I want to rap shit because Cube and them, Easy, all them out here getting that bread, having fun. So shit, we try to get into the music business. And it's the same thing with the NBA shit. All the NBA players want to get into the rap business because they get bored with all that fucking money and basketball. So they start trying to want to rap. And then the entertainment motherfuckers, the real entertainment, they want to come to the hood. So you got a lot of rappers that's not really from no hood, but they come to the hood and they join any hood. They just join something, you know? So that's where it got the flip side to the coin. You know, sometimes you had a cool ass rapper dude from a certain neighborhood. He wasn't from the hood, but he lived in the neighborhood and he ended up blowing up and being somebody. Now he's claiming that hood, you know, so.
Yeah, I see a lot of that today.
Oh, 90% of it, bro. So, you know, I don't get into it, but if that's what they doing, then that's what they doing. You feel me?
Is that do you feel like that's for protection while they're in LA?
I would say some of it is protection, you know, but some of it is, you know, us as black and brown folks, man, we just want to be part of some shit sometimes. We just want to feel, you know, like a family because a lot of us didn't have a family growing up. You know, it was some dysfunction though in our family. Somewhere, somehow, I don't know where it was, but it was dysfunctional. But definitely we joined for, I mean, not me, but them kind of dudes, they join for a little protection, but also they join because they just want to they want to feel like somebody. And then they go a little too far with it. You know, you got some, I don't want to say no names, but there's some rappers that joined and hanged around people and now they going a little too far with it. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely. Now you've been a part of 2 kidnappings.
2. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, is that you physically being kidnapped? Or
nah,
is that
I never got hell nah, shit. They gonna have to gun me down, homie. I'm for real, shit. You ain't taking me nowhere and torture me. We gonna handle our business right on the spot. And I ain't trying to say like I'm tough like that, but I know what comes from being taken and took somewhere, bro. It's torture. So let's just deal with this on the spot, man. Yeah, my son, his mom got kidnapped, and you know, I got the phone call. You know, you want to spend some money, get your girl back.
How much money was that?
I think it was 100 bands. It was something like 120 bands or some shit like that.
Shit.
And then my current wife that I've been with for married now 25 years, she got kidnapped. So I went through it twice. But the first one, after they found out, you know, the affiliations and whatnot and who was and what was going to become of this shit afterwards because of, you know, who that people on my side, my family it was going to be a bad situation. They let her go. They just like, hey, don't look at the dudes who had her. Like, don't look at me. I won't look at you. Get in the car. You look out that way. I'm going to look this way and just let her get out the car and leave. My wife's situation, it was a different situation. It was a fucked up situation. You feel what I'm getting at? I mean, you know, you get sick-minded motherfuckers, you know, they want to try to rape and touch and do things and shit.
Yeah.
And thank God it didn't get to that, but it was getting to that. And somehow somebody else come in and stop the shit from going down. And that's how she was able to slip out. They started getting into it, scrapping and all that type. So she slipped out that kind of way and got away and called me, and I ended up getting her back and stuff. So yeah, it was.
What were you doing? Were you terrorizing the city or what?
Nah,
Like why?
bro. I wasn't terrorizing. I wasn't no. I mean, I was doing my fair share of if we had a problem. I never was a person that wanted to fuck with an innocent person or anything. I was the dude looking for the bullies. I wanted to deal with the motherfuckers that thought they were super tough. Like if I had a homeboy talking about, man, we gonna go in here, we gonna rob this place, and we gonna shoot this, and we gonna hurt these old people and these innocent people. Bro, you fuck around, get yourself rocked in your motherfucking grave, because that's just not what I was about. So I wasn't terrorizing nothing. I was just getting my money. So, at that era in the mid 80s, 90s, bro, if you had the bag, you was the target. Because they had a crew of motherfuckers that was just going around kidnapping in LA real bad. I'm talking about everybody that had money had some form of experience with either being kidnapped or someone being kidnapped. And a lot of people, they didn't make it back, or they people didn't make it back. It was death, but I'm thankful that I got back, my son, mom, and my wife. I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, that it come with that territory, man. So
Right. Now you survived being shot 5 times. Once in the head, right?
Where the bullet hit the ground and came up off the ground because the dude was shooting at me on the ground, and it went through. It just grazed the skin. It wasn't in the head, but
Right.
here,
Okay.
the bullet wound here. It's one here, and that's from doing like this. When the guy stood over me and shit, he hit my arms, but in the stomach twice. Yeah.
So you didn't seen it all.
I know it all. I've seen enough, and I experienced a lot. Put it that way. Like I tell people, I know what it feels like to be on both sides of the gun. I know what it feels like to be rich, and I know what it feels like to be poor. So it comes with the life I was living. I wish I came up. I wish I had uncles, and I wish I had a real father that taught me something other than fucking letting me get to the streets. A legal gig to where a nigga can really eat and provide for his family and stay out the bullshit. By the grace of God, I survived. I survived, bro. I've been through some shit, man. I'm talking about I've been in standing rooms small as like a 10 by 10, and there's 5 or 6 dudes in there, homie. And the bullets start ringing at everybody. Everybody popping off. If you feel what I'm getting at? So it's crazy, man, But I lived it, man. I've been through it. So I know it. I know what both sides of it feel like.
And you lost a lot of friends to the streets?
Yeah. A lot of friends to the streets with death. A lot to jail. A lot to jail, because you got to remember when I was coming up, a lot of us was getting a lot of money. And they was letting us do that. And then they was targeting us and locking us up and giving us life. So I just now got at least 8 homies from my neighborhood that was like multimillionaires getting a lot of money with that, that H and that white girl. They just now coming home, and they all coming home at the same time, at least 7 to 8 of them. And they all like 28 years, 29, 26, 27. And they walked it off, man. And they all coming home. It's like that jail preserved a motherfucker for something, because they all still look young, athletic. It's some weird shit about jail, man. I don't know what it is about that food up in there, but it preserved them niggas, man.
Yeah. Now, you're in the movie The Wash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With Snoop, I think Dre's in there too, right?
Yeah, Snoop and Dre was the lead characters, the lead actors.
A lot of different things going on in your life. How do you get that role in the movie?
DJ Pooh, man. I don't know if you know DJ Pooh.
Yeah.
DJ Pooh, I say this in every interview, man. I have to give him his flowers in every interview, man. I love that brother, man. He's my brother. I talk to him almost every other day or every day. I owe everything in the industry business and entertainment to him. I owe the movies, this video game, and music to him, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have my hands in any of this, because when he first cast me in a role, you know, we were real good friends. Used to be in he had a studio where everybody recorded out of, from Snoop to Dre, Eminem, everybody. And I used to be up there every day just pushing and pushing with him and moving the line in the studio. And, you know, when my boy Cam, and we used to be all writing music together and doing our thing. He did his first movie called Three Strikes. Well, his first movie that he had something to do with, that he co-wrote with Ice Cube, was Friday. That's what he co-wrote. He wrote that with He wrote that with Cube. Friday. That was the first movie. But his actual first movie was called Three Strikes, with Faison, Robert. I want to say Robert Hook. His last name Hook. Man, my mind's somewhere else right now.
I think DeAndre from
Yeah. DeAndre Bonds. Yeah. I played a prison inmate named Big Mo, and you know, I was pressing. You know, Robert Hook's the lead actor and shit. That was the first one. Then when he did The Wash, which was his second one, he casted me in there. And I was just around. I'm not an actor or nothing. But it's just ironic. He always give me roles that I live. So it's like, hey, Solo, we just want you to be fucking you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when I was in The Wash, a lot of people didn't know it because I was bigger. I was chunky, man. I was 260. You feel me? I was the kidnapper. And people remember, you know, when he say 50 Cent, man, quit saying my name on the phone, you know, shit like that. And 50 Cent, dog, that's what this shit all about, 2 punk ass quarters. You know, we stole the scene. We just stole it. And now it made us seem like we were the lead actors, because everybody gravitated to our 2 retarded asses, you know, his DJ Pooh goofy ass and my Siri ass, you know. So he casted me in there, and it ended up being a classic. And I was just thankful for that, bro. And then he casted me. Well, after that, he casted me in to come and do some things with San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I did a lot of voices on there. My cousin Melee actually starred in it. He was CJ.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that, you know, he starred in there and I got Franklin. It's weird. You know, this shit you couldn't make up. You couldn't dream of. You feel what I'm getting at? And then after he cast me in that, I ended up being in a movie called, he did another movie called The Grow House with Lil Duval, D. Ray Davis. And I was in there. I was Faison's like homie, his big homie. He was in the wheelchair. Then after that, man, you know, before that, ironically, that he called me one day to come. He said, man, I need you to come read for this video game. Now, I was the vice president of a big motorcycle club out here, Harley Davidson Club. And I had one of the fastest bikes in the city, one of the cleanest bikes, called the Choppers. And I was like, man, Pooh, man, I don't want to read for no motherfucking video game, man. He was like, nigga, I'm telling you, you want to come for this? I was like, man, I don't want to fuck that shit. So I told him I'm going to go finish riding my bike. So I'm riding on my bike. I get to the gas station. My phone just still ringing. It's him again. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what up, Pooh? He like, man, just come through. I want you to meet these people. So I come through. I said, all right, I'm going to come through, man. I come through there. And, you know, I'm showing off on my bike, music loud as a motherfucker. I got 16 speakers on the bike, clowning, having fun. You know, I got a full face helmet on. You can't even see my face because the tinted shield. So they don't know who I am coming up the street on Woolies and all that shit that I park and I get off, and this Pooh like see me like, Solo, nigga, come on. This is what I'm telling y'all about. Now, when I got off the bike, it was like 20 young dudes reading for this. I ain't gonna say a lot of names, but it was some known actors, some real known rappers. Like I was like,
rappers
man, I got
and
a chance
actors
for this shit. Yeah, a lot of
rappers and actors.
Yeah. So I'm like, he just walked me past him because I told him I had to go. He was like, I'm going to get you right in. Just come. So I get in the office and it's some setup like where camera here and they give you some lines and they read to you from back there and you just read back. You read it back to them. So I said, hold on, let me read this shit first. And it was some British dudes and I guess they was from Rockstar Game. I seen what they wanted to say. I set the motherfucker down and I just said it in my own way. You know, I went off the script. And they asked me, they played their role of the other guy, and the name I was playing, my character name was Deshaun. And the name of the game was called Paradise. See, they never said Grand Theft Auto. They said Paradise because Rockstar moved in secrecy. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil where you going with the interview. So I don't know if you want me to continue because it leads into Grand Theft Auto.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, let's go back to the Wash. Did you have to do auditions for that, or
Nah,
it was just because you knew DJ Pooh?
it's sometimes I tell people in life, and this is a major truth and facts 100%. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You feel what I'm getting at? You can have all the degrees in the world and walk in a building that you know you got more knowledge and everything than anybody in this building. It's still who you know to get in. That's the world we live in now. It's who you know. You feel what I'm saying? Not what you know. You can have all degrees. I know people with major degrees and they working in movie theaters and they waiting on people at tables, you know, and it's sad because they went to college 4 years, maybe 5, 6, 7 years, got these degrees, and they come back to society and they got to go still wait on tables. So that's enough to ruin a person's spirit, to ruin who they are. Not only are they in debt, but now they working to pay that debt and still have no money left. So they working paycheck to paycheck. They taking Peter to rob Paul and Paul to rob Peter. So it's fucked up. It's a fucked up world, man. But yeah, I got into the Watch because DJ Pooh knew me. He casted me. You know, I walked in the casting room and I just saw my picture on the wall, you know, face. And I saw him slim. So I was like, oh shit, my boy looking out, you know?
Yeah.
And we shot, we got down, man. We did our thing. And it was crazy working around all them stars, man. You gotta remember, bro, it was not just Snoop and Dre. It was Eminem, Exhibit, Shaquille O'Neal, Alex Thomas, all these Cheech and Chong, all these people, man. It was a lot of people, bro. A lot. And I was working around all them people. So
can you reveal how much you got paid for that? Because I know as you being a newcomer, sometimes you may get $2,000 or
no,
20.
back then, yeah, I can talk about that. Back then, who looked out for me? I made some cool money for that little shit. I think it was about like 20 bands or some shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he looked out.
Because I see people on Friday say they didn't even get 20 bands for Friday.
Nah, they didn't. You know, that was years after the Watch. I mean, before the Watch. But Pooh looked out. He looked out. You gotta remember, like I keep telling you, this is not just a associate. This is my friend, like brother from another mother. So I got treated fair. I mean, I know the other actors, you know, the main, you know, Snoop and Dre and them, they really got paid, you know what I'm saying? But for me to play the role I did to get that kind of money, that was great for never acting, you know?
You and Ice Cube had a little feud back in the day, right?
Yeah, it wasn't no feud. It was a misunderstanding, bro. You know, I don't like to talk about it because it's so old. I don't get it. I don't like to get into it because that's my brother, man. That's my family member, man. We let me tell you like this. It was a misunderstanding on my behalf. And now that it's over with and long over with, I understand that I did it the wrong way, you know. And me and him talk, and like you gotta remember, man, that's my boy. I'm talking about NWA days. That's my guy sitting on the front porch. He playing with my son. You know, that's my friend. So it was just two dudes that knew each other, and my misunderstanding came in between it because you know we were a certain rap group and they were West Side Connection, and it turned into some other shit. And I lost my identity as far as knowing that this man is my friend. I let that music shit come in between and hearsay, and it made me go a different direction with it. But we had our little head bump and we moved on. It was the people that made the shit worse than what it is. Like if me and him would have got into it and the situation would have happened last week, oh my God, shit would be the biggest shit in the world because of social media. Wasn't no social media around back then. It was just Channel 11 News, and it was the straight from the streets on there. So they was only talking about it in magazines, you know, The Source and shit like that. But nah, that's my brother, man. I love him. He know how I feel about him. I know how he feel about me. It's genuine love. It was just two dudes that bumped heads, man. It wasn't like, people make it like I did something bad to him. No, it was a fight. my nigga, he stood 10 toes with me, man. As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yeah,
So
win, lose, or draw, a lot of people these days don't have the nuts to even get in on a one-on-one.
Yeah, and this man is a multi-millionaire. So that's what I try to tell people, that he wouldn't even entertain another motherfucker. So that let you know that we knew each other to even get to where we can physically touch each other. So, yeah, man, he stood 10 toes down with me, man. I salute him for it. That you can't do nothing but respect a person for that. But
yeah.
I got, like I said in the book, I got, it's a good book, man. They just got to get the book and they can see more about it, man.
For sure. I don't want to spoil that. Now you mentioned San Andreas. And you were a voice actor for the gang members in the game?
Yeah, I was for one of the gang members from Grove Street. Hollering shit out. When you playing the game and you bump into a motherfucker and he say all this crazy shit to you. That's what I was in the game. Somebody had a name for him. They said I was somebody. I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was a voice.
CJ is your first cousin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And he gets the lead role for San Andreas. How was he reacting to that? Like,
back then, you gotta remember, man, Melee is an active, I don't know if Melee's still banging, but Melee was an active hothead. I'm talking about a hothead with the bullshit, a heavy stepper. He just was, shit, pay me my money, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but I'm gonna go back to the hood. And that's what he did. He got his bread, did his little shit. He went back to who he was. You know what I'm saying? He never changed. He kept it the same. And that's what's so genuine about him is he never acted like he did like something bigger than somebody, or he tried to act like he was bigger than the next person. I mean, of course he was taking his, what he did. Shit, he did one of the, if not the most, popular game around. You know what I'm saying? I call it still the number one game, and I'm in Grand Theft Auto 5. You feel what I'm saying? So, but he kept it humble, man. Melee always stayed humble. He'll get a little hot-headed now. Don't get me wrong, because he is what he is. I love him. I don't care right or wrong. I'm gonna ride with him. Facts.
Yeah. Now I've seen recent clips on YouTube. It seems like his stance with Rockstar and your stance with Rockstar are totally different. He's pissed at Rockstar. You love Rockstar. They're like family to you. Why do you feel like it's such a difference between y'all experiences?
No, he not like that, man. See, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you real quick. I just want to get real quick on that, man. Melee did what he did. It wasn't towards Rockstar. It was towards these fucking fans, man. See, sometimes, I'm learning myself, man. You can't read all the comments. You can't fall into what they say. So it was somebody calling him a nigga, a punk, a buster, a fag. They was calling him out his name, and he just snapped, and he went to where he went. He don't have no animosity like that towards Rockstar. Yeah, he might feel a light way, but not like how people taking it. He just took it out of context. You know what I'm saying? My stand on my side, Rockstar is always solid with me. And I did a live with him to say, come on, man. But Melee is who he is, man, and I stand behind him. I'm gonna ride with him no matter what. He feel his own way, but I don't think it's no hatred. He don't hate. Nah. He feel things, might could have been a little different, but he also got to remember that it was a different time era. It was a different time era. So, we chopped it up on live, and you seen it. He's staying where he's staying. And I respect it. And I love him no matter what.
Were y'all both in the same gang growing up?
Yeah, we was from the same gang, but it's different streets. I was from 118th Street. He was from 97th Street. But it was called East Coast Crips.
That's crazy that y'all are really who y'all are in the game.
Yeah.
Like all the shit in the game, y'all really went through that shit in real life.
Yeah, it's crazy that they picked me to be Franklin and they picked him to be CJ. And I tell people that it's crazy that I'm always getting roles to where I can be myself. Like Franklin, I can just pretty much, it's easy to fall into that character. Now, if I had to be a character of a doctor or a lawyer or a squared up type of dude, then I got to find a way to act now. But see, with this, I don't have to act. I can just be me. And then the performance come out good. So I consider myself not an actor. I consider myself a performer because I performed and brought Franklin to life, which is me. I gave them me. You know what I mean?
Did they know y'all were cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you walked in for auditions, they knew that's CJ's cousin.
Yeah. They knew our affiliation was real tight. They knew that. Yeah. So maybe that's the idea of, they might was sharp on it, Well, I started sharp, man. Them motherfuckers is sharp, man. That's why they so successful, shit.
Straight up. Now, let's get back to, they didn't tell you it was Grand Theft Auto yet.
No.
Well, they didn't tell they thought it was Paradox, right?
It was called Paradise.
Okay, and one day they wanted you to put on a suit and you was like, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah, because you got to remember, when I went to go first film, I was fucking, I was overweight. So I got to put on this goddamn scuba diving suit. Now I got this stomach and I'm like, and it's all these people staring at you and shit. It's like 50 to 60 people standing around, cameras everywhere in the studio. And I was like, man, you know what? I can't act because I'm uncomfortable. Because I feel like people saying, look at his stomach. Look at his ass. It's just, so I kind of had talked it with, I quit actually. I was like, man, fuck this stupid shit. And it was called Paradise then, so I was disrespect. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, I don't care about this shit, man. Let me take this off. And the director, man, he don't never like his name said, so I ain't gonna say it, but the director, he's amazing, man. He came, talked to me. Man, we picked you for a reason, man. Trust me. We know you not there yet. This ain't easy to do. Cause see, I came on the set thinking that when you saying doing a video game, Melee never told me. I don't know if he had to back then, but I don't think they were doing it back then. They might was. He never told me I was gonna have to put a suit on with all these balls on me, this helmet and this fucking camera in your face with a bright ass light. I never knew that. I thought I was flying out to New York to go and read some papers, a whole bunch of papers with a headphone on.
Out.
Yeah, just lend my voice in a mic. So that's why I went there all cocky, like, yeah. And them motherfuckers like, put this suit on. Like, for what? Now you gotta act. You gotta, everything you see Franklin do, you gotta do. Everything y'all see Franklin did in the game when you running with him, punching with him, jumping, fighting, the sex scenes, I had to act all of that shit out, bro. The strip club
getting head, all that shit.
I had to do everything. A lot of fucking running, jumping, punching, busting the windows, everything. So that's why I said I'm a performer, because I had to really do it. But once I got it, it started coming to me. Like, I couldn't read when they give you the script. See, one different thing is, bro, when you acting in a movie and they give you a script, you're in your real clothes. You sitting on a real couch. And you can run your lines and they say, and action. And you start your lines, running them with somebody and yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And you mess up, they'll say cut, pick it up from there. And then they go, and action. And you just pick it up from where you messed up at and keep flowing. Video game world, you got the suit on, all this shit on, chorus coming from you everywhere, all kind of shit. All these people standing around you. And they set up a fake environment. You might be sitting on a crate. You could be sitting on a fucking crate. But if you look up on the big screen, you see your character sitting on the couch. So you got to make believe. You got to close your eyes and say, I'm inside of this apartment and I got to make believe that it's a plant right there. It's a table right here. So I got to get comfortable like I'm in an apartment, but you actually in a big ass studio with just a box, some wood, some scaffolds and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to step out of the environment that you have to close your eyes and open them back up like you in this real world. So that's when I started learning to do that. And then you got to remember in the video game world also, this is what I was getting at. If you got 2 pages full of script and you running them with the Michael character and the Trevor character at the same time, and we doing our scene in the cutscene, we talking blah, blah, blah. If one of us fuck up, we got to redo it from the top. So we got to keep going until it go all smooth. So if I got 2 pages of shit in my head and I'm trying to remember it, and I get all the way to the end and I fuck up, I freeze up or something, cut, do it again from the top. And everybody be, come on, Solo. God damn, we on take number 95.
Yeah.
So what happened, how I changed that up, I started asking a lot of the actors, because I work with a lot of great actors, man, on the set of shooting Grand Theft Auto. So I started asking questions, because I didn't know. Man, how do y'all be remembering all this shit? How do you lock this shit in your brain? So everybody was giving me ideas on how to do it, how to start being it. I found something clicked in me myself how to do it. I said, well, I used to write raps and I used to remember them. So I said, this is what I'm going to do. I took everything that they gave me and all them scripts, thousands and thousands of pages, bro. Every time they gave me like 50 of them, I would take them and I rewrite them. I rewrite the script, put it in my own words. Instead it might say motherfucker, M-O-T-H-E-R fucker. I say motherfucker. I cut all that motherfucker out, just motherfucker. So I start rewriting it, and as I'm writing from my pen to my paper, it start locking in the brain. Yeah. That's what rappers do.
Yep.
So that's what helped me, bro. I start writing on my own, then highlight it, then read it one more time, then forget about it, then come back to it and see if I could remember it. Then I start getting on the set, bro. Like halfway through filming, it took me a year to start really getting in the groove of it. That's when I found out I was working with Grand Theft Auto. Wow. Because they outed the Michael character. And I said, we working on motherfucking Grand Theft Auto 5? Oh, shit, nigga.
So that's how you found out?
Yeah, it took about a year. I was always thinking Paradise, a video game called Paradise. I'm telling you, when I tell you Rockstar is sharp, they sharp, man. They leak things out. They strategically do shit. They don't just do it like people keep bugging me about 666. Bro, I have no knowledge about it. I don't. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because it's called NDNA. So even if I was in it, you would never know until you see it, until I can talk about it. So just take it like that. People can say, oh, Franklin gonna be in GTA 6 because he said he can't talk about it. You can take it however you want, but I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
How much freedom did you have? Like, could you say, because I know you had the Rottweiler Chop, right? Could you have said, Rockstar, I want a pit bull instead of a Rottweiler? Did they give you that freedom?
I probably could have. But at the time, I was just, and that's good you said that. That's a fucking good question. Nobody ever asked me that. Right there, what you just asked me. After knowing what I know, I could have said that. I could have told the director, hey, man, a Rottweiler is cool. We've had Rottweiler. We went through our area, but pit bulls is the hood shit. I want a pit. And I want his ass named Rocky, not Chop. You feel what I'm saying? Or Champ, or King, or Butch. Them the common names that we give dogs. But at the time, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. So last thing I was thinking about was a dog. You feel me? Because I didn't know how far this dog was going to be in the game, how important this dog was going to be in the game. You don't know nothing, bro. You feel me? You don't know what they going to do with this shit. And then they brought a real dog on set. I'm talking about everything was real. Horses, everything you see in it. They brought a real fucking big Rottweiler, put him in a suit. And this mean motherfucker, I'm constantly like, man, you better get this motherfucker, man. It's growling and jumping at me. I'm like, hey, man. And I got to act scenes with him like, Chop, come here, Chop. Good boy. And this motherfucker really growling at me like, you better get your ass back. So the good dog was the dog they brought, like a Labrador. He was a real good dog, and the trainer was with him. And I did the Lassie scene with him. You say a man stuck in the tree? You know, that type of shit. And the dog barked back at you like he was talking to me. But that was a cool dog, man. But yeah, everything, man, you see in that game, they really brought it on the set, man. The strippers, it was some strippers came. That was a fun time, you know. I mean, you got a tight ass suit on, and you trying to keep from getting hard and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to stand up, so you sitting like this and shit. You know, so because if you stand up, your boner out here like this. So it was fun. It was cool, man. Yeah.
You know, we see that GTA has made billions and billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever sat back and be like, man, I should have got this, or I should have negotiated that, or royalties this, or royalties that?
Well, I don't talk about when it comes to Rockstar, man, and they love me for this. I don't get into finances with nobody about it. But that's natural instincts with anybody and anything. But if anybody look at it and do real research, is video game don't pay nobody royalties because SAG-AFTRA don't let them do it. SAG-AFTRA have to open up and say, hey, you guys have to, now y'all have to start, because when you really look at it, that is our likeness, my voice, my charisma, my everything. But yeah, I think about it all the time. What if? What if? But you also look at it like
opportunity.
Thank you, Rockstar. And don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not hurting for nothing. Rockstar love they boy, man. That's facts. They love they boy Solo, man. They do, bro.
Yeah, they just gave you a new. Didn't you just get it like a whole new thing for the game?
The contract. And and we got the game coming out again for PlayStation 5. So come on, man. I mean, they been good to me, man. They've been good. I can speak for me. You know, the other people say what they want to say, but I know that they've been good to, you know, they treat us right, man. They do. They, according to the rules of SAG and AFTRA, they treat us right. They do. You know.
Now, you've also said that you wish you would have been more active after the game as far as acting and things of that nature.
Yeah, I wish I would have took advantage more of it. And everybody around knew my stance on that. The game came out, few people and everybody was saying, man, you need to get headshots, you need to get in more movies, you need to take your career a little further. But I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about this acting shit, man. I'm cool. And at the time, you know, when you're on camera, you have little blemishes and things that throw you off from wanting to be in front of a camera. Now, I'm in front of the camera a lot more now, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why it held me back before. I got veneers. I got implants. I can get in front of the camera now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you was having a tooth missing over here and a messed up tooth over here. You got to remember, when the camera's in your face and the people are looking at you, that's the first thing they see is your grill. That's the first thing they look at. And so I had this thing about, that's why I wouldn't get on cameras. I didn't want to do no movies. I didn't want to do nothing, bro, because I got to go fix myself first. But at the same time of trying to fix myself, I'm raising a family. You know, I got a wife and I got kids and I got to put them through college and school. And it threw me completely off because I'm a genuine family man. I'm a real provider. I'm a real protector, you know, so they come first. So I was putting all the taking care of me off. And so, you know, my daughter graduated college. By the grace of God, you know, I got called back in to work. And when I got the call to come back in to do some work, I said, let me go to this dentist and get these motherfuckers this 56 bands to fix my shit. And they did it fast. When you paying that cash, them motherfuckers, they pull you past everybody. They ain't got to go through no health care and all this Medicare and all that here. I'm paying y'all every time I come. How much you said? 8 bands, 9 bands to do these two and to do those. There you go, cash. Let's go. Let's keep rolling. Here go my credit card. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's get it over with. And they did that. So now this my second go around. You know, I got a second chance. You know, in life you get second chances. and third chances. This is my second chance. So I'm taking advantage of it now. You know, I got a agency. It's called EOA. They real big. Nikki, Enoch, the producer. I'm finna get headshots. Photo shoot. I'm finna go now. You finna start seeing a lot of me, bro. Trust me. And I know there's a lot of roles out there for me. You know, in the last 8-9 years since Grand Theft Auto came out, I'm a movie enthusiast, man. You know, I like movies. And I see roles that could have been me. I could have run in red for that role. And me being the big video game star, I'm more than sure they would have gave me somewhat of a little shot at it. You feel me?
Right.
So this go around, I'm going to get mine. You're going to see me on somebody fucking screen soon, brother. Trust me.
That's what's up. Now, I got to ask this question. I know you can't answer it, but the fans, they're on my Twitter. They're begging me right now. Rockstar just said they're working on a new Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't say anything. A lot of people are thinking it's Miami. They're going back to, you know, Vice City. What do you have? What are your thoughts on the next Grand Theft Auto? If what's the perfect next Grand Theft Auto for Solo?
Man, I think 6. It should be. They should merge it, man. I think it should be. They should bring them back. They should bring. I don't care what age they are, whether they old now. They got to bring them back, man. I think they should just bring everybody back for this one little, like, reunion, man. Make one big, nice reunion Grand Theft Auto where you can get on a plane and go to different areas. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I think they should do. Like, you can fly from Los Santos to Liberty City, you know, to Vice City. You can go around and see what these old characters, that when they was young, calculate the age, and catch up with them when they're in the older age, living the older life. You know, I don't know. Like, they might can catch up with CJ. He would be about 40 something now. That's still an age where you want to know what the fuck he doing.
What's going on?
So that would be real nice, you know. I definitely want him to bring me back. Shit, bring me back. If I had my say so, bring me back. You know,
you didn't die in GTA 5 at the end, right?
I can't die in the game. You can't kill me. It's not an option. You got A, B, or C. Trevor, Michael, or nobody. Not Trevor, Michael, or Franklin. They got me to kill. If you go, remember, it's to pick me to kill one of the two. Who you gonna kill? Pick A, B, or don't kill nobody. So I don't die. So it could be. I could be. I don't know. I can't.
And all the fans, they hitting you right now trying to see what's up with 6.
Oh my God! Ever since the contract came out, man, dude, I didn't even know I had another area in my DMs, general
The
and
request,
some other
yeah.
shit.
Primary.
I'm looking in it now, bro. I got so many people with check marks all the way down that I've missed for the last 7 years. Let's do some business. Let's work. Let's make money. I done probably missed millions of dollars, bro. Millions. Because I never knew to go over there. All I ever did was just went to my regular DM. I never looked up and saw it said general and this other
T-Pain went through the same thing. The singer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he said so many people reached out to him for features. He just didn't know to look for it.
Yeah, and DJ Pooh just going through it. I said, bro, go up, look over here and look. He was like, what the fuck? Man, look at this, what you call him, this DJ Red Alert, this person. It's crazy, bro, that I missed all of these opportunities, man. It's a young dude. He's a big YouTuber, influencer, man. He's a brother. I think he's from Atlanta. He's a skinny dude, little skinny dude. If you say his name, I know. Long story short, man, before he even blew, in 2013, after the game came out, I scroll down and I see a DM. He said, man, I'm getting into this YouTube shit, man. I'm going to blow, I promise you, man. We got to do some content together, man. Me and you can do this. Contact me. And I said, damn, this dude is... I missed out on so many opportunities because I did not know. I never knew, bro. I never knew to just scroll over there, hit top requests, and see the people that's top, like got millions of followers. Like I could show in my phone right now, it's stuff that says thousands of days and shit ago, and they all got 10 million views, 10 million followers, 6 million followers, 5 million followers, and they trying to do business with me. I never would knew, man. That's crazy. But that come from me being naive back then, saying, I don't want to do that acting shit. I don't want no agent. I don't want no manager. I don't care nothing about that. Let me take care of my family. I don't regret it, not one bit, because I made sure my family was straight. I'm a family man, bro, because I came up in a dysfunctional family, so I didn't want my family to be dysfunctional. I want
That's right.
my family to be together. I want them to know they got a father, a structure, an idol. You know what I'm saying? They only finding out about my history through this stuff, through books and through interviews lately, but I never put it in their face. My wife never knew what I did for a long time, man. She, because I got back in the streets, I keep everything a secret, man. I try to stay. I'm like Kaisi Sosa, man. I'm in the studio, but I could be out pulling a pistol on somebody. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm a family man, though, and a provider and protector.
Well, your favorite Grand Theft Auto, from favorite to least?
Damn, that's a hard question, dog. Of course, I'm gonna say.
Because you said San Andreas earlier.
San Andreas, GTA 5, they right there with each other because I'm in it, of course. And it being I think GTA 5 is the biggest so far, the longest.
Definitely.
It's the only game that making it to 3 gens. You know what I mean? Vice City. Damn. 4.
You got okay.
And then you got
3.
And 3. Nah.
Yeah, you got 4 and then 3.
I thought San Andreas was 3, but they called it San Andreas.
Nah, San Andreas.
Oh yeah,
San Andreas.
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah, 3 is Liberty City.
Yeah, but the rest of them motherfuckers fall up under that, man.
Okay. And why take 8? It's almost 10 years until this new game. It's like, why so long? Why is Rockstar taking so long?
I don't know, brother, but let me tell you this. People ask me that, and I hate to sound so shitty, so fucked up. And the fans and your followers and everything, don't take this wrong. But by it taking so long, it gave me more work. So
absolutely.
So I have to, me being a natural human, a real human, I'm grateful it took a little longer. I'm grateful that Grand Theft Auto 5 was still kicking ass over these past 7, 8 years, still making them a whole lot of fucking money. Now the fans will ask, why? My why is because y'all like the GTA 5 so much that you still was supporting it. You was online buying all this shit and you kept the revenues coming in and you kept things going. And that's a great thing. So I can only imagine how 6 gonna be, man. Like I said, Rockstar moves in silence. But you also gotta remember, keep this in mind. COVID fucked up a lot of shit too. It took 2 years, 2.5 years out of everything. I think COVID got me back in there. Like, let's do something to blah, blah, blah. You feel me? So I don't know. Like I said, man, I keep saying this. I don't know how Rockstar moved because I'm not in the technical part or in the financial part or any of that stuff. So I don't know what they thinking, their plans are, but they always got a plan. And trust me, the fans are going to be happy, man, because they always got a plan, man. And I always have to give, people say, man, Solo, man, y'all did a good job, man. Without y'all, man, the game wouldn't have been this and wouldn't have been, nah. Yeah, we played a nice role in it, but you got to give the director, the programmers, all these people around us that create the game. We just lend our voice and our likeness. Now they have to take it and go create it and make it, build this map and build this and do that. So you got to give them people the credit, man. You definitely have to give Rockstar, their programmers, their workers, They're people that's, contractors and whatnot, man. You have to give them their credit, man. You have to. You can't, you can give us some because we performed and did our thing, but you have to give them. It's like a 50-50, man,
Yeah. If you could change one thing about GTA 5, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about GTA 5, what would it be? I got it. I wish Franklin could have been just wild, just let him loose. Because he was like a punk in a sense. He was like not a punk. No, he was like a fucking punk, man. Because he really didn't get to just crack open.
Yeah.
Now, Lamar, crazy ass, he just got to be. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Big dog, big nuts, just everything crazy. That's that Apache blood in me, nigga. Like Trevor, crazy as a motherfucker. Crazy. They just let him go, let Lamar go. They kept, and the director kept saying, because I used to do it naturally, because it's just the natural instincts. Like the part when Trevor fell over the gate, and I was laughing, and he said, "What the fuck you laughing at?" And I had to nothing, man, nothing. I thought it was funny. I'm sorry, but I apologize, man. Don't take it wrong. When we really first shot it, and he said, "What the fuck you laughing at?" I said, "You motherfucker. Fuck you think? Your dumb ass." They was like, cut. No. You have to let him be the monster and you be like, okay, man, okay. I was like, man, I really want to quit this shit. If y'all ain't gonna let me be me, but it's not about you. It's a story, bro. You coming from the hood, you getting out of the dumb shit. You meeting these two crazy motherfuckers. You learning the game. Lester teaching you the game. It's a reason for that. You had enough. Now you want to get out. And the only way you're going to get out is you got to take some shit. You got to take some shit. So to answer your question, if it was one thing they could have changed, Franklin should have at least had a few motherfucking blow-ups. On Trevor, on Michael, Lamar definitely. Because he got on my fucking nerves. If you play the game, Lamar get on your fucking nerves, man. That motherfucker Slink, man, Slink is just like his character in real life. He's a fucking nut, man. He's just...
Are y'all related?
Nah, we not related, man. But I met him when we went to auditions. And he was just a wild motherfucker, man. Motherfucker had a tank top on and it's fucking raining. And he was just smoke a cigarette or some weed right in front of everybody. Don't give a fuck. He was just who he is, man. He's just wild, man. Obnoxious, He's the wild dude. I'm the calm dude. That's just how it is with us two, man. But only thing I would change is if Franklin could have just been a tad bit more gangster. You feel me? But look at him now in the contract.
Yeah.
Nigga balling. That nigga balling. He balling out of fucking control. He calling shots. It was a reason for everything. So, like I said, Rockstar Sharp, man. They move in a good way, a better direction than I thought they would. And I'm glad they brought me back, man. I'm with Dr. Dre. Come on, man. Eminem, Snoop, Nipsey, Busta Rhymes, Kendrick Lamar, all of that's in there, man. DJ Pooh, Jimmy Iovine in the new online contract. Man, I'm glad they brought me back, man, for that right there, man. Now I could say I really did it in the video game world, man. Now all they gotta do is bring me back in 6. So all the fans, man, y'all go out there and say, man, y'all gotta bring Franklin back, man.